Hello, my friends, Gary goers and fellow poets. Welcome back to Conversing with Poets. Hello, I am currently the very definition of cannot move a muscle. I did some painting and decorating today, and I've seized up completely. Every little every little movement hurts. So you'll have to bear with me today or this evening. But hello, everyone. Hello, I am Gurf. Welcome back to the stream. Hello, class. Welcome back to the stream. Hello, Chris. Welcome back to the stream. Delgal, welcome back to the stream. And Mark, welcome back to the stream. No problem that you're just dipping in and dipping out. That's totally fine. I thought I turned Nightbot off, actually. What's he saying? Oh, it's just because I'm okay. It's not as bad as it first appears. But hello, everyone. Welcome to this evening's live stream. Good to see you guys. It's always a pleasure to start plugging in the mic and the webcam and stuff, even if I can't move, even if I need a back brace right now. Um, how are we? How was our week? It's the 1st of September. Okay, so I've got a lot to get through today, but it is the 1st of September, and I want to start this live stream by asking you a question. And I want to know who here in the chat box is up for an existential crisis? Who wants an existential crisis to kick things off on this live stream? Let me know in the chat. Give me a wave or a high five if you want an existential crisis. I've built this up now, so either way, you guys are going to get an existential crisis. Sounds good to me. Thank you, I am Guff. Yeah, even if you said no, I'm going to give you one anyway, because it's crazy. And if I have to suffer, so do you guys. I was thinking late last night, or early this morning. Isn't that a song? Late last night, the Monster Mash. Isn't it something like that? Anyway, side quest. Yeah, I was thinking late last night or early this morning. I can't remember which because it blends into one. I do. I want an existential crisis. We started these live streams. Here it comes, guys. We started these live streams November last year. Okay. November last year. We are like 2 months out from a year of conversing with poets. Does anyone else think that's freaking insane? Does anyone else feel like we've only been doing these live streams for a few months? We're 2 months away from it being a year since we started these live streams. Please tell me I'm not the only one that is freaking out about that. It's gone so crazy fast. It really has. Yeah, we started. Okay, granted, it was the end of November last year, but still, we're rapidly approaching a year of conversing with poets. Hello, everyone, just dropping in. Nice to see you. Do say hello in the chat. Another thing I should probably. That's not a crisis. That's amazing. Okay, Delgo, I love the way you think. Yeah, for me, it's like, holy crap, that's gone so quick. That's what I mean by an existential crisis. Like, where has this year gone? Where has that year gone? It doesn't feel like it's been a year. We'll have to have a little celebration. We definitely will. We definitely will. Hello to all our new viewers. Please don't forget to hit that like button. We've got 11 people watching, but only 5 likes. We can double that. Come on, let's. I think we should probably try and aim for a record tonight. We need to beat 26 likes. That's been our record for a while. So let's see if we can beat 26 likes on this stream. So please do hit that like button. It's really, really helpful. Hi, Darkside. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, so a bit of housekeeping if you haven't been here before. We do have some rules. I know, yuck. But we do have some rules. We don't discuss politics, we don't discuss religion, and we promote having different opinions to each other. That's what makes this interesting, but we always keep it respectful. So, no politics, no religion. Be respectful. That's all we ask. And hit that like button as well. We still need to climb in likes. The days/years grow exponentially in movement, fast yet slow. It's so crazy. I had that thought. I'm freaked out. I'm freaked out. But it being September also means something else, which you've probably seen me post about um, on my Instagram and in my community tab. And if you follow the Poetry Cove Instagram, you would have seen it being posted over there as well. But the Poetry Cove is running a month-long event called PoCoChapMo, inspired by GlopoRimo. Yep, GlopoRimo. Um, where we're going to help you guys put your first or your next chapbook together. We had our induction meeting last night. There is a replay video available. Hey, Mitchell Malone is in the house. There he is, champ. Um, we did have a meeting last night, an induction meeting, which has been recorded and it is on the Poetry Cove YouTube channel. I think I Am Girth is going to hit us up with a link when she has a second. So once you finish watching this stream, of course, don't leave just yet. But once you finish watching this stream, do hit that link and go over and watch the meeting. Uh, because it explains everything that PoCoChapMo is. There's the link. Thank you so much, I Am Girth. It explains everything we're doing. Um, yeah, we've got it on the forum. There's a thread on the forum that explains everything that PoCoChapMo is, but sometimes it's nicer to just listen to people or watch people. I introduced the meeting, but then Herb, who is Mythical Meter, who we haven't seen around these parts for a while, but understandably he's going through a career change at the moment. It's basically his brainchild. He came to me um gosh, beginning of July, I think it was, with this idea. Thank you so much. I Am Girth is hitting us with all the links. Um, and said, hey, I think we should do this thing called PoCoChapMo where we all write a chapbook each and we help each other. And at the end of it, there'll be an official Poetry Cove chapbook or anthology as well. So it's really, really exciting. It's really, really great. Today was the first day. There has already been so many poets signed up, but don't worry if you haven't signed up yet, because there's no sort of mandatory date. If you don't want to join, if you don't want to sign up today, but you do next week or the week after, there's really no time frame for it. So if you fancy writing your first or your next chapbook, this is the time to do it. And at the end of September, we'll do another Zoom meeting and we'll discuss how you guys can publish your chapbook, put your chapbook together, and get it out there in the world. So it's a really good opportunity to do that. Today's the first day of that, and we've had some really great poems already posted to the forum. So yeah, I think there's Mark. I don't know if Mark has slipped out yet or if Mark's still here, but maybe Mark can put something in the chat about it. I know Class has signed up to PoCoChapMo. Mark has signed up to PoCoChapMo. So I don't know if you guys want to put something in the chat so it's not just me talking about it. Because that's all I've got for us tonight. I don't know what we're going to talk about for the next 2 hours. So I Am Girth has just put the mission statements link in the chat as well. So if you do want to sign up and introduce yourself and leave a mission statement, what it is you want to achieve over the month, that latest link is the place to do it. So yeah, that's all I've got for you, really. I don't know why I plan to do a whole 2 hour live stream about PoCoChapMo because it's only just begun. So, oh yes, we also have a thread with lots of resources and prompts and stuff like that. We will be dropping prompts every weekday. There's already a ton of resources up there that Herb has put together. and a few links as well that I've found across the internet. What are your opinions on strict rhyme schemes in modern poetry? Personally, you're asking someone who absolutely loves rhyme schemes. I love rhyme schemes. If I can use a rhyme scheme in my poetry, I will. I don't always. Sometimes I write free verse, and sometimes I even write rhyming free verse. For me, I really love rhyming. I think rhyme and metaphor and just heightened language is kind of what separates poetry from prose. Um, but it's not mandatory. Like, I don't always rhyme. But for me personally, I enjoy rhyme and I'm not afraid to say it. I know people hate people that say I like poetry that rhymes, but I do. I do. For me, for me, rhyming is what separates poetry from prose, but not all the time. There are plenty of my poems out there that don't rhyme. All I can really say is we have a great, warm, and welcome community. Come in and give it a go, and we will help inspire and raise you up. If you ever wanted to expand your life, poetry is perfect. There you go. Thank you so much, Mark. That's perfectly put. I like that. I like that. Yeah, it's hard to kind of talk about PoCoChapMo when we're only on day one, but the Poetry Cove in general is a really great community, warm, welcoming, supportive community, even if I do say so myself, but I'm proud of that. So, what are everyone else's opinion on rhyme in modern poetry? Again, if you're new here, you've never been to one of these live streams, the title is Conversing with Poets, plural, rather than conversing with Adam or conversing with poet. So if you ever see a question in the chat, feel free to answer it as well. We're all here to kind of share our opinions and thoughts and ask questions and stuff. Ah, hello, a poet. Welcome, welcome. I found that writing in rhyme is harder than it's worth for me. Interesting. I only use it for form poetry. However, I do like reading, rhyming poetry. Interesting. And that's fair enough. Oh, God, that didn't take long. 13 minutes until the first yawn. That's fair enough, a poet. Again, everyone's unique and everyone's tastes are unique, and that's fair enough. If it's not for you, don't use it. I feel like rhyme is the rebellious thing to do now with modern poetry. I think that's so true, yeah. I think everyone sort of threw rhyme into the bin to be rebellious. And I think you're absolutely right now, I am Girth. The rebellious thing to do is to now rhyme. Thank you so much for those hearts. You guys are crazy, by the way. I was watching all those hearts like flooding in during the countdown. Whenever I write, I always try to rhyme, but it can be difficult sometimes. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. There's a rhyming manual just behind me, a poet's manual. What's it called again? Uh, the poet's manual. I think it's just I don't know. It's called like the poet's manual, and it's got like rhyming and stuff. My hair's wet, by the way. I apologize. I needed a shower after painting. I found perfect rhyme clunky myself. Interesting. I found much ease looking into other rhymes like slant, assonance, internal, consonants. Read Plath, and she will open. No, and she will open freedom of words. Exactly. And hey guys, we got 13 viewers and only 9 likes. Please, we're gonna aim for a record-breaking stream here. So if you haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button so we can try and beat our record, which is 26 likes. We've never gone over 26 likes. Not even with playback, I don't think. So let's try and hit 20. Let's try and get over 26. We've got to hit 27. So if you haven't hit that like button yet, please do. I personally like to rhyme at unexpected points in a poem. So not really strict rhyme, but still managing to squeeze rhyme in. That sounds like a really interesting way to do it. Oh my goodness. That sounds like a really interesting way to do it. Um, and you know what? I always try and, I promote playfulness with poetry. And that's a fun way to play around with poetry, is just see where you can rhyme that's least expected and really kind of hit your readers like, oh, whoa, where did that come from? Do people think that a poet should have so many lines? Because if it was very long, it perhaps become a sort of short story. Um, so you've got what's called an epic poem. An epic. If you write an epic, that's a form. Just like you could say, I wrote a sonnet, you could say, I wrote an epic. But that's interesting. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever really gotten on with an epic poem personally. I appreciate raw vulnerability. I appreciate raw vulnerability, rhyming if it flows effortlessly. Often when I read poetry, the rhyme schemes seem a little too forced, unnatural. I really like limericks. I really love the way limericks flow. And I wonder if you could write a long form poem out of lots of limericks, I guess. I don't know. But I like the way a limerick flows. This sounds weird, but I found slant rhyme harder than perfect rhyme. It can be. It can be. It can be sometimes. It's very hot, by the way. It was 27 degrees today, so I'm sort of burning up in my little shed. In a recent workshop, I heard a poem that was full of half slant rhymes, but it felt so natural to both speak and hear. Nice. Is that a famous one that you can share with us, or was it one of the workshop um, participants? Being dyslexic, ain't, English ain't. I'm just kidding, Mitch. I know Mitch in real life, by the way, guys, so he won't mind me doing that. English isn't my strong point, so it's a bit of a struggle, anyways. Oh, let me catch up. Anyways, but in a way, poetry helps, having to come up with rhymes and new words to use and stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's the magic of poetry. It's like a puzzle. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. You got to find the pieces that fit. I make like songwriting like rap. Big salute to Raptors. Nice, nice. I was listening to some Eminem last night, actually. He's just brought out some new music and music videos, so I was just watching that last night. Do you think that some song lyrics could classify as poetry? Absolutely, I do. Absolutely, I do. Many stanza limerick would work. Yeah, like backwards working of how the renga became the haiku. Nice. I haven't come across a renga, I don't think. I don't think I've come across a renga. It was written in the workshop, so can't share, I'm afraid. Fair enough. Good stuff. I think it would be really hard to take an extended limerick seriously. The rhythm is meant to be silly. I just love it. I love I love it. But yeah, we're gonna do a fair few forms throughout this month. I'm gonna drop a few form prompts, which was a great idea, Mark. So good job on that. Thank you. Uh, I was just thinking when I saw the backwards, when Mark said like working backwards, uh, I don't know what they're called. I think they are called backwards poems, but they're so impressive where you can read top to bottom and it's one poem, and then you can read bottom to top, which is a whole other poem. Obviously, it's the exact same words, but it's a different, complete flip. So impressive. Thank you for those hearts that came in a second ago, by the way. Sorry, I was just in the middle of a sentence. Isn't Renga a collaborative thing, I think? Mirror poems. Yeah, maybe that's what they're called. That would make sense. I'm caught up in wires. Yeah, mirror poems. I think they're so impressive. I've yet to tackle one. I think they're apparently the villanelle is the hardest form or one of the hardest forms, but I think mirror poems have got to be the hardest, surely. Goodness. Maybe it's just my brain. Again, we're all different, right? So our brains work in different ways. What some people might find easy or doable, others kind of freak out at the thought. And a mirror poem definitely freaks me out. I know it may seem like an impossible question to answer for a poet, but what is your favorite poem of all time? By the way, mine is Alone by Poe. Nice. Mine is Sonnet 18 by Shakespeare. Um, my top three are Sonnet 18 by Shakespeare, Bluebird by Bukowski, and To a Poet a Thousand Years Hence by James Elroy Flecker. Where was I? I was somewhere recently and Elroy Flecker was brought up and I did a whoop in the room. I was the only one. I felt so embarrassed. They was like by James Elroy Flecker. I was like, whoop, and then I realized I'm not in the right environment for that, and it was awkward. But yeah, those are my top three. For aid, the limerick is AABBA rhyme scheme with line length building the rhythm. Yeah. Yeah, it is sort of collaborative. I'm sticking to the chair because I'm in shorts. Yeah, it is collaborative. It's a writing game played in the feudal courts. Villanelles aren't that hard. The form I think would be hardest for me is the pantoum. Nice. Maybe I'll do a short on those as well. One of my favourites for sure is Wild Geese by Mary Oliver. I don't think I have a single favourite poem. My most challenging is Sestina. Yes. Has anyone here tackled a mirror poem by any chance and got any advice? I identify a lot with Alone by Poe, but my favorite poems are Longfellows. What's going on here? Hang on. Sorry. Longfellows. I tried a mirror poem a couple times. Oh, you have? Crashed and burned. Yeah. They seem so difficult. My head just can't even process how to begin trying to tackle that. I can offer only to not stress over it too much. I think I attempted a mirror poem once. For me, I was just as vague as possible. Yeah, yeah, I suppose that's what you got to do. I also love friend advice. I also love friend. Oh, the heart cut off the ly. I also love friendly advice to a lot of young men by Bukowski. Bukowski's great. Never tried a sestina, but it does sound like it would be really hard. Still using only a few unique lines in a pantoum sounds impossible. Has anyone tried a guzzle since I put my short out? Has anyone tried a guzzle yet? I was gonna put a short I was gonna create two videos today actually. I was gonna put a short out today and I was gonna record next week's video. But I didn't finish decorating until 3. Then I had to walk home. I got home about 3:30. Then I had dinner and then I laid on my bed and then it was it was so difficult to move and get out of my bed and have a shower and then get set up for this. Every little movement I make somewhere in my body screams. It's so bad. It's hot. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys, and don't forget to hit subscribe. We are on a mission. We're certainly going to hit 7,000 by the end of the year, I think, because you guys are absolutely smashing it. But can we hit 10,000? I think it is possible. I think if it's possible, if we really band together, I think we can do it. Hello all. Sorry I'm late. Having a Labor Day party today. I don't know what's a Labor Day party. I've had a Labor Day today as well. I've done lots of labor today. We are smoking ribs now. Nice. Guests are coming in an hour. Nice, Tanya. I'm not sure what Labor Day is, but hopefully it's not too laborious. Are there any poets you feel like more people should read? I personally am loving Wilfred Owen lately. I've not read much Wilfred Owen. Um, are there any poets you feel like more people should read? There was one there was one guy I came across years ago on Instagram. We actually started collaborating on a poem together and then we sort of just I don't know, I think I deleted my Instagram. That's what happened. I can't remember his name, but he was awesome. He was like one of the best poets I've ever come across. And I can't remember his handle now, and I don't know what to search to find him, but he was so good. Uh, I just hope that he has a book deal somewhere. Don't know. So that wasn't very helpful. I just know that there is a poet out there who's absolutely amazing and should be on top of the poetic world. I do have one pantoum under my belt, a self-eulogy. Nice. Unsure if I ever put it in the forum. Nice. Sorry I'm late. No worries, Dazzle. You're all good. It's a US holiday. I am very curious though why it's called Labor Day because that doesn't sound like fun. That sounds like you're like everyone's sort of meeting up to do a lot of labor, like mixing concrete or building a shed or something. I don't know. Why can someone tell me what maybe Tanya why it's called Labor Day? What the story is behind that? I love Wilfred Owen. Link to become a member. Thank you so much, I am Guff. Yes, if you want to help support the channel, help help me make bigger content, and you can, please consider becoming a channel member. This week's channel members exclusive was a naked vlog from my bed at PPC. I wasn't actually naked, I was in my boxers, but the camera doesn't go below my shoulders, so you're safe, guys. You're safe. But I did put a cool little um mini vlog within a vlog, I guess, like a tour of the grounds of the place I was at. It was such a beautiful venue, by the way. Hugs to all. Until next week. Stevenson, what is a self-eulogy? It is a poem written by yourself to be read by someone at your own funeral. Yeah. I have my gravestone written, by the way. I don't know if that's weird to admit on stream, but I wrote my own gravestone. I think it's actually in the early hours. I think I did put it in the early hours. Did I? Words for my gravestone, I think it's called. I think I did put it in the early hours. So if I die suddenly, this is so morbid. If I die suddenly, you know what I want on my gravestone. It's in the early hours. Labor Union celebration. Thank you, a poet. I will write you a letter about it. Thank you, Tanya. Which line that you have written are you most proud of? If you don't mind sharing, gosh. Well, just all of them. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know. That's a tough question to ask. Adam Gary, a seagull stole my life. Yeah, you're forgetting a word there. A fucking seagull stole my life. Yeah, that's my favorite line. Um, no, I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't answer that. That's a tough question. That's harder than the What's your favorite poem question? Oh, yes. Yeah, you're being the professional responsible one, the mod. I'm being the loose cannon with my potty mouth. Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know if I can answer that one. But thank you for all these questions. I appreciate it. It keeps the stream rolling. So do keep them coming. But yeah, that's a tough question. The the imagery that has always stuck with me, I guess I can say this. The one that the micro poem that has always stuck with me, so I guess I'm most proud of, there's two very similar ones, and again, they're in the early hours, and it's something like if we both stop and stare at the moon, wherever we are, we're together once more, though distance in reality by land miles wide. I'll meet you in your thoughts and be standing by your side. Something like that. I think I just said both of them. I think I just combined the both of them into one, but I guess that's something that's always stuck with me. So I guess I'm most proud of those. That gives me an idea for the chapbook. I forget the name of the form, but assembling a poem from lines of other poems. Found poetry, maybe? Is that found poetry? Or similar to found poetry slash blackout poetry. You can also do that. It's called spine poetry. I do it with my hubs. If you're in a library, you can go and look along the spines of books and put those together. Um, I forget the name of it. Yeah, taking all written from my chapbook and picking one line of each for a new one. Interesting. Yeah, that'd be interesting actually. There you go. There's another poem for the chapbook. Nice one, Mark. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just ourselves and immortality is a phenomenal line. Nice, nice. Is that one of yours, Dalen? Cento, it's a kind of found poetry. Our Google says the form is cento. Okay, cento. Okay. But yeah, it's always fun. If you find yourself in a bookshop, I keep sticking to the chair. I can't get comfortable this evening. If you find yourself in a bookshop or a library, you can do spine poetry and look at all the text on the spines, all the titles of books, and see if you can come up with something from that. We're currently sitting on 14 likes, and I've set you guys the target of reaching 27. So, if you have any poet friends that aren't subscribed or watching right now, during the break, make sure you share the stream with them, hold them at gunpoint, and tell them to like the video. Don't do that. Don't do that. Maybe do that. It's up to you. I'm burning up, as the Jonas Brothers say. Now I have to try spine poetry on my bookshelves at home. There you go. Yeah. What do I mean? You don't have to go to a library or a bookshop. We're all poets here. I'm sure we've all got full bookshelves. Each shelf a different mini poem once organized. There it is. There you go. Ooh, I love that idea. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that could be a chapbook in itself. I don't know what you call it. My bookshelf, my bookshelves, or my bookshelf upon the bookshelf. I don't know. And then the whole chapbook is just 15 poems made out of the titles on your bookshelf. I don't know, but that could be an idea. That could be something you might try. Poems upon the shelf. I don't know. Personally, my favorite line I've ever written is honor the desolate roads and vacant still streets, bereft of all sound in their sweet silent glory. Very nice. Very, very nice. Shelved as seen on my shelf. There you go. Chris has got it. There's the title. Shelved as seen on my shelf. I love that. I love that so much. Good job, Chris. Nice one. It's hot. I don't know if you can hear this chair just making so much noise. I wish I'd written because I wish I'd written because death could not stop for me, but it was Emily Dickinson. Yes, yes. Yes, of course. That makes sense. Isn't there a line like that in Harry Potter? Maybe they took inspiration from Dickinson. That is a great line, yeah. Is there a poem anyone else wishes they've written? Well, the three poems I mentioned as my favorites, I wish I'd written them. I wish I'd written them. I wish I'd written your simplex meter because your simplex meter is amazing. I once wrote a poem modeled after uh, the or that Dickinson for a school assignment. Nice, nice. Do you still have it? That'd be amazing if you still had it, just so you can like compare that poem to the poetry that you're writing now. That would be cool. Oh, you. Oh, you do? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I wish. Oh, I so desperately wish that I could could read my first poem now. I'd love to see that so much. Just because I'd love to. I'd just love to hold it. Because the Adam that wrote that poem had no idea that he would be doing all of this. Uh, Plus, I'd like to see just how bad it was. Oh, you wrote it a few months ago? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. See, my first poem was uh like 14 years ago. As my last word before running out the door, is my fave line, I guess, I wrote is technically a whole senru. Street sign, you tell me to stop, but I don't want to. I'm having so too much fun. Nice, Mark. That's a nice way to dip out. That's a very drop the mic way to dip out. Uh yeah. Take care. Take care, Mark. I can't remember if you said you're on the way to work or what you're doing, but yeah, take care. I wrote a collection for that assignment and called it Freedom of Expression, an Ekphrastic Chapbook. Very nice, a poet. Very, very nice indeed. The poem I wish I'd have written is Haiku for You by Sonia Sanchez. I don't know that one. I haven't come across that one, but I'll have to look it up. Haiku for You. I like that. Haiku for You. The title rhymes. Although traditionally haiku doesn't rhyme. So I can't remember who it was, but whoever asked me about rhyme, yeah, traditionally a haiku doesn't rhyme. So not all poems do rhyme. I wish I had written anything by Pablo Neruda. Ah, sorry, microphone stand. Yeah, have you read The Alchemist? Hey, a message was retracted, but I can't remember what it was. Um, I wish I'd written anything by Pablo Neruda. Yeah, the only thing I've read by Pablo Neruda. No, who am I? Never mind. I'm talking about a different person. Who wrote The Alchemist? No, that wasn't Pablo Neruda. What am I talking about? Coelho wrote The Alchemist. I remembered before uh, typing it out. I don't think I've read anything by Pablo Neruda, actually. I've heard, there's a channel. I don't know what the channel's called. I think it's called Tom O'Bedlam. At least the orator is Tom O'Bedlam. I've read him. He has read a lot of Pablo Neruda, but I don't think I've ever held and read off the page a Pablo Neruda poem, which is shocking, I know. Hello, Raven. I'm very late. It's okay. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're here. It's nice to see you popping up. How are you feeling? My laptop battery is going down so fast, which is worrying because there's nothing on this laptop except for OBS, Audacity, and that is it. So that's not good. But we do have 16 people watching and only 14 likes. Please, if you're enjoying this, even if you're not enjoying this, out of hate, even if you're hating this, hate smash that like button. We're trying to get to 26 likes. We're trying to break our stream record tonight. So if you haven't already, please hit that like button. We'd appreciate it. Let's oh, 17 viewers now. So please hit that like button. Let's set a record tonight. I read Book of Questions by Neruda. It was very nonsensical, but actually made sense, which I love in poetry. Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get one of his books for sure. Excuse me. Oh, I'm sticking to this seat. Oof, wee. It's hot. Okay, I think what we're gonna do, 15 minutes early. Let's take our 5-minute break now. Because I'm desperate for some fresh air. And I'm getting a bit of a sore throat, and I need to go and get my laptop. Uh, Good to see you too. I need to get my laptop charger. So we're going to take 5-minute break, and then when we get back, we'll just keep chatting. So thank you so much. You guys are being really awesome in the chat tonight as well. You're keeping the conversation flowing. That's thanks to you. These live streams only happen and work because of you. So more of that when we get back, please. Are you familiar with W.H. Auden? Yes. Yes. So let's take a 5-minute break and then we can talk Auden when we get back. I am sure that these 5 minutes breaks go quicker and quicker. Of course they don't. I'm just getting slower and slower and older. Uh, but hello, hello, hello. Are we all met? Let me know in the chat if we're all back, and I will quickly catch up on the chat. On my phone, gonna move to my laptop. BRB, no problem. Raven, you're good, no worries. I missed the first half. Hello, Jeff. Welcome back to the stream. So did I. Hey, Jeff. We were talking about favorite lines from poems and poems we wish we'd written, as well as different form ideas alongside PoCoChapMo. Great summary. I am Gurf. Thank you so much. You are absolutely killing it tonight. Can we all get a round of applause? Can we all just take a second? If I can find it, I'm going to have to search it. Clap. Can we get a round of applause for I am Gurf, who has just been slaying it with all the links and just being awesome? There you go. That's Nightbot. We know you're there, Nightbot. Don't worry. Still here. Good stuff. Thanks for catching me up. And yeah, okay, cool. I think I'm all up to date. So, yes, thank you. I am Gurf. You're absolutely killing it. I won't get you to share all the links again, but for those of you who don't know, we were talking about PoCoChapMo. Today is the start of PoCoChapMo, which is the brainchild of Herb or Mythical Meter in the streams. He approached me 2 months ago and was like, "Hey, I think we should do this." And now we're doing it. So head over to the poetrycove.com/forum, scroll down to PoCoChapMo. All the information's there. But essentially, we're taking the month to write our first or our next chapbook. So that's a quick summary. Quick reminder of PoCoChapMo. Perfect. Thank you, I am Garth. There you go. Good stuff. I thought those were claps, but they are face palms. Are they? I don't know what they are, if I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, they look like claps to me. I don't know. I guess maybe. I thought they were claps too, to be honest with you. So, welcome back to part two. We are going to try, we've got over an hour, we've got an hour and 10 minutes, I suppose. We are going to try to break our like record. So, we have to go to 27. So, if you haven't hit that like button, smash that like button so your keyboard falls off, and then put it back together and share the link with all your poet friends. I still cannot believe I wrote my first poem so easily this morning. I'm so proud of you, Raven. There are so many awesome poets taking part in PoCoChapMo. Um, Thank you, Jeff. There are so many awesome poets taking part in PoCoChapMo of all different skill sets, knowledge base, and experience, and it's the most amazing thing. We have poets that have never written a poem before who have now written sonnets, which is insane. Like that's one way to introduce yourself to the poetry world. Um, so yeah, it's really great. If you haven't signed up yet and you want to write a chapbook alongside great poets, um, thepoetrycove.com/forum, scroll down to PoCoChapMo. All the information's there. That's amazing, Raven. I've yet to catch up with everything today. I can't wait to read them all. Yeah, it's really popping off. Even right now, during the break, I quickly grabbed my phone. Even right now, because I've got the app. By the way, if you didn't know, there is a Cove app. It's actually Wix Spaces, but if you go to the Poetry Cove homepage and scroll down, the app is much easier to keep on top of. Look at all these Cove notifications. It's really popping off, which is amazing to see. But look at all of those. Um, yeah, so it's going to be a great time. It already is a great time. We're not even a whole day in yet. I guess technically we are 24 hours in because we did our induction meeting this time last night. So I guess technically we're 24 hours in. Should we post our poems on the forum? I didn't see a spot for that. Just a place if you wanted feedback. Yeah, so there's also, if you go to the forum, scroll down, click the main thread, PoCoChapMo 24, and there's a sub thread called Finished Poems. So that's where you put your finished poems. Or you can put them in the regular members area if you'd prefer to do that. That's up to you. Obviously, not as many people will get to read it though if you did that. And also today I put on 2 new sub-threads. So you've got a support sub-thread. If you've got any questions or need help, there's that. And now there's also a general chat/lounge thread where people can just hang out and talk and shoot the breeze. I'm about to throw some meat on the grill and open my notebook. That sounds freaking awesome. Do it. Do it, Jeff. Just do it. Should we? Yep. Glad to hear. Yeah. So you guys are smashing it already. We're only 24 hours in. And that is a link to somewhere. I'm not sure. But thank you, I am Girth. I'm not sure what that link is to. Is that to finished poems, maybe? Click the mystery link and find out. I have a serious question. Okay. I have a lot of anxiety over writing, sharing my poetry, and talking to other poets. Even the Poetry Cove and all poetry stress me out. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Um, yeah, that's the last thing I want the Poetry Cove to be, is something to stress people out. I feel like it's wrong to view other poets as almost threats, but this is an anxiety I always have had and can't help. Could you give me advice? Sorry, I've got a ringing in my ear. Goodness. Okay. I feel like it's wrong to view other poets as almost threats, but this is an anxiety I always have had and can't help. Could you give me advice? Okay, guys, what do we have to say about this? Um, it's easy for me to sit here and say to you, don't view other poets as threats, but that doesn't help anybody. Um, if you can, try to work towards not viewing other poets as threats, particularly on the Cove, because there are so many, and I know this is me saying it, but hopefully, Mark said it earlier, hopefully other people can attest to this, but there are so many amazing poets on the Cove who are super supportive. And I know I can say all of this and it's not really helpful. So it's a very tough thing, a tough question. Um, view other poets as inspiration. You view them as support, particularly on the Cove. I don't know about all poetry, but on the Cove, people are amazing, especially in the feedback threads. Um, and I guess as someone who's never sort of felt this way, I feel social anxiety all the time. You guys don't understand. Like, I feel social anxiety all the time. I just have to kind of be like, I gotta just put that to the side because this is what I want to do. So I have to put that to the side. Um, I get nervous going. I was nervous last night and I was anxious last night doing the induction meeting. But I think the more you kind of just say to yourself, okay, I'm uncomfortable, but I have to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. That's not a profound saying, that's a very common saying, but it is true. Okay, I have to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. And just slowly, I don't know, a poet, I don't know if you have um made any posts in the Cove just yet, but maybe just introduce yourself because you don't need a membership for that. There's a new members area. Just introduce yourself. let people say hello, let people get to know you, and then just slowly dip your toes in. And again, the more you do it, hopefully the more comfortable you get with it. Um, as for the viewing poets as threats, I don't know that I have the answer to that one. Um, other than try not to, which is shit advice. Uh, yeah, I don't know if I helped with that. I'm sorry. Let me catch up with the chat because I'm sure the awesome people in the chat, who, by the way, are fellow poets. So you're doing it right now. So a big pat on the back. Can we get another round of applause in the chat for a poet? Because you're doing it right now. You're interacting with other poets right now. We're all poets here. So let me find that emote again. Because you're literally doing it right now. So well done. I feel like it's wrong. Yeah, so let me see what other people have said. Final poems on the PoCoChapMo forum. Thank you, I am Girth. So, Raven, I am Girth did hit you up with a link on where to put your poem. The charcoal is heating up. That could be a metaphor for inspiration. Yeah, that could be a prompt right there. The charcoal is eating up. View other poets as inspiration. I understand that feeling. Okay, I understand that feeling. For me, it's due to low confidence and constantly comparing myself to others. There's a place for all poetry, and you are deserving of that exact same space in this sphere. There you go, I am Girth. I knew you guys would be so much better at that than me. A poet, the only advice I can give is to just keep at it, and it will get easier. In a good way to go about a good way to go about it is to offer support to other poets, and the support will come back to you. That's a great piece of advice as well. Maybe get comfortable with offering your support to other poets first, and forging that bond. I missed the meeting last night, forgot about it. That's okay, Raven. If you go to the Poetry Cove YouTube channel, it was recorded, it's posted, or it's linked in the forum. I feel like I'm talking too fast and it's intense. I'm a bit out of sorts tonight, guys. I apologize. I'm a bit tired. Yeah, there's a link to it in the introduction thread as well as the what is thread. Um, you should be able to find it. It's all over the Cove at the minute, but there is a recording of the meeting if you wanted to watch it. And you get to see Herb because Herb hosted half of it. So, okay. I know who you are then, a poet. I know who you are. A lot of it is being brave, vulnerable, and taking risks, which you're already able to do in your writing. And by the sounds of it, you're already doing by being here in this stream. But yes, I know who you are, Ghost of Goddess, and I think you've been doing amazing. I think you've been doing amazing. So, yeah, I could, I was going to say, so keep doing what you're doing. But obviously, if you're feeling really anxious about it, then don't keep doing what you're doing. But you can always message me on the Poetry Cove website at the bottom right hand corner. If you're on a desktop, sometimes an ad pops up. Google put that in. Just click the arrow to lower the ad, hit members chat, and find my name and just message me if you're comfortable in doing that. Because honestly, the Cove is so supportive, and I'm not just saying that as the guy that started it. I'm sure Raven can attest to that. If you live near Massachusetts, I invite you to come to the open mic I host, and we will welcome you with open arms. There you go. And there's all the applause because you're literally doing it right now by being a huge part of tonight's stream. So hello, Bacon Girl. That's a cool name. Hello, Bacon Girl. Welcome to Conversing with Poets. I don't think we've seen you here before, so welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're just I'm trying to, I don't know if I am, give advice to a poet, but all the other people in the chat are giving great advice. So there is a Poetry Cove YouTube channel. There's not an awful lot on it. There's an interview with Rachel Oates. Um, there's an interview with myself. there's a birthday video actually that we did, and now there's an induction video. Ah, thank you, I am Gav. There you go. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, there's not too much on there, but well, that's what I'm supposed to do. Oops. Hopefully we helped a poet. Hopefully we didn't scare you off. Talking about poetry in general is a lot easier than like doing feedback. And do you know what? I was thinking today, giving feedback and receiving it sometimes, but giving feedback takes a lot of mental not mental strength, but mental capacity. You know, I'm often in the feedback threads desperately wanting to give people feedback, but it takes a lot of mental capacity to make sure you're giving constructive feedback and doing it in the right way. And that takes some thought. So uh my final piece of advice to you would be, if you want to get involved with the Poetry Cove, is hang out in the general discussion threads and the poetry discussion threads, because as you say, talking about poetry in general is a lot easier than giving feedback, and that's fine, and that's completely fine. And in terms of PoCoChapMo, if all you want to do is hang out in the chat threads and the lounge and just talk about poetry, that's totally fine. Do that whatever you feel most comfortable with, because at the moment, as I say, you're doing a really great job being part of tonight's stream. So awesome. Good job. It is difficult. Feedback is difficult. Feedback's difficult. And that's why I always say don't give that's why I say that's why we have the rule on the Poetry Cove. If someone posts a poem in just share your poetry or finished poems, don't leave feedback, because they're not looking for feedback. And sometimes it's hard to take, and you have to really sort of take a deep breath and be like, okay, I genuinely want some feedback on this poem for the betterment of this poem. And that's genuinely what I want. Because sometimes it can knock us. It can. Even if the feedback is constructive, it can still knock us. So that's okay. If you don't want to give feedback, it's okay. If you don't want to receive feedback, it's all good. Feedback shouldn't ever feel like a personal attack, even though you put so much of yourself in your work. It's hard not to feel that, but it does get easier. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you've really got to don't ask for feedback if you just think that's the thing to do. You, as I say, you really have to kind of take a breath and be like, okay, am I do I actually genuinely want feedback? Because the last thing I'd want anyone to have happen to them is them feel assaulted, um, even if it's constructive, because it's not an assault. This is amazing. I'm still getting notifications coming through on the Cove. I think this is probably the busiest we've ever been. Even busier than GlopoRimo, which is amazing. That makes me feel so happy and so good. It's nice to see the Cove doing well, because it's been a long, hard fight with the Cove. I had a hard knocks I had a hard knocks professor in college. I'm not sure what that means, but I guess someone who just gives it to you as it is. Sometimes he was brutal with his feedback, but he caused me to grow a thick skin. Yeah, you have to disconnect yourself from the poem when getting feedback. It's not a criticism of your worth as a person, just someone trying to help you get the best poem you can. Exactly. Exactly. Guys, I'm going to head to bed. This was a great live stream. You have a new subscriber. Thank you so much, Dalen. Excuse me, and thank you so much for taking part in the chat and being a big part of the live stream. So I appreciate it. And hopefully see you again next week. We do these every Sunday, so if you can make it, that'd be awesome. I think it's all right to ask for the kind of feedback you're looking for to start with and build yourself up from there. Yeah. Hard knocks like a drill instructor. Oh, goodness. I would not want that guy anywhere near my poetry. No way. But as you say, it gave you a thick skin, which is good. I didn't get my laptop charger and it's going down rapidly, so we need 10 more likes. We need 10 more likes. Oh, thank you so much for those hearts. Oh, here we go. You guys are amazing. You guys really know how to pick a guy up. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit off my game tonight, a bit tired. Yeah, can't move a muscle. The definition, the embodiment of can't move a muscle. If hard knocks is what you want, then try slam. Yeah, slam isn't for me. Slam isn't for me. I just don't understand the like judging part, how someone can win. Like it's a fight of poetry. I don't, yeah. But I know that it's like the most popular thing in the poetry sphere right now, so you know, who am I? He was the most hated professor, but I grew to like him and took numerous courses from him. Nice, fair enough. Fair enough. Oof. I think we're going to sign off a bit early tonight, guys. Probably about 20 past because I'm exhausted. For those of you, for Raven and Jeff who came in late, I was doing painting and decorating today. And yeah, I can't even move a muscle without aching. So, and I'm burning up. It was 27 Celsius today. As you know, I'm in a plastic shed with barely any ventilation. Sometimes the best advice from the worst examples, I suppose. Sometimes the best advice is there an, yeah, is from the worst examples. Interesting. Slam is not a judgment of which the is the best poem. It's a judgment of how much the poems hit those people in that moment. Okay. Interesting. Fair enough. Funny enough, his ex-wife was more famous than him. Her name is Annie Dillard. You know we're all gonna look that up right now. Wow, all these notifications coming in still. Thank you so much for those hearts. Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, Annie Dillard, American author. Oh wait, so hang on. If she's on here, can we look up this professor? Spouse. Oh, there's two. Oh, I'm sorry they've both passed. So I'm guessing one of them was this professor. Was it Robert or RH? Oh, did you say RHW? I think you said RHW Dillard, didn't you? Oh, died last year. Richard Dillard. So RHW, I guess. I'm sorry he passed last year. His ex-wife was more, yeah. Oh, I'm burning up. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I think I lost my mind a long time ago. Okay, guys, I think maybe the stream has probably reached its natural conclusion. And if you don't mind, I'm a hot, sweaty mess. I'm exhausted. I'm probably going to go and pass out as soon as my head hits the pillow. I'm gone. I got to be up at 4 as well, so not fun. I've noticed it's hard to find genuine constructive feedback on my poetry writing, even if it bites, hurts the ego. It's for the betterment of your overall. Yes, I agree. I agree. But you have to be ready for that, right? Not everyone is ready for that. Even if they it's difficult. It's difficult. Even if they think they're ready for that, they're not actually ready for that. And I think that has been me at times. And there's also been times when I've been so like sort of hitting my head against the brick wall. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this, and being very open to feedback. So his daughter became a poet laureate. Nice. Rick Trethway was a professor too. His daughter became a poet laureate. That's sometimes the case. Getting a teacher or professor that you hate because you think they have been so cruel and mean, and then later in life you realize why they were doing it to make you. Very good. Okay, guys, I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry, sorry, I've been a bit like, um, it's yeah, very hot, very tired, and I don't know why I said and because I got nothing to follow that up with, and nothing. I'm a massive self-critic, so I kind don't mind feedback. It can be harsh sometimes, but yeah, it's only it's all just trying to find the best poem possible for you as well. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign off there. Thank you so much for being here with me this week. I will have a video for you on Tuesday now that I'm back into normal scheduling. Don't forget to check out PoCoChapMo if you want to put your chat book together. Otherwise, I'll see you in the comments section of Tuesday's video. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, can we just get one more round of applause for I Am Girth in the chat for just being a link machine tonight? Thank you so much, I Am Girth. Maybe not a round of applause, just a thank you, just a anything really. Just appreciate I Am Girth for all those links and hooking us up. And yeah, either see you on the Cove or see you in the comments section. See you later, guys.